Okay, let's see what this is. Something about fucking interested. Oh gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, I guess I'll start trying to learn FL Studio instead of Cakewalk. Fuck Cakewalk, we're out. It's a pretty good beat. Yeah, I really like that actually. Pretty good, Asher. Asher Postman. That's really nice. I'm trying to helping me. It's kind of helping me learn the flow of FL Studio a little bit here. I really do want to learn on FL Studio. I just now I'm not sure if I should because of the whole. So if I what does this mean? So like I use a non-plugin VST. So say I file open, file new. So is there a way for me to see where's this to edits? No. No. There you go. Snap. Okay, so it does snap, so I can do this. Yeah, this be like something like that, maybe. So I like that. I like that everything snaps. That's actually super nice. So I can do something like this. And then have these. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I have that like that. Trying to figure out how I want this all laid out, huh? If I'm doing this wrong, this would be smaller. Come over here like that. Ooh, yeah, I'm thinking this may be the way. Probably will buy FLC. Kind of liked it. Like, the workflow is not bad. I'm gonna use Cakewalk for now because I'm broke and I can't really do that. I'm not broke, but yeah, I'm broke. Fuck it, I'm broke. Fuck it, I'm broke. We are snowed the fuck in. It's crazy. It's white out there. I don't know. Oh my gosh. What is going on, party people? Oh. 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 What's going on, boys? How we doing today?
Had to run here from the shop. Can't say I don't work for my dosh.
Damn, that silence right there is deadly. I just got my ass eaten by these guys already. Lifeline Watson Val Rampart. Lifeline Watson. Not Lifeline Watson. Lifeline Val Rampart. Lifeline. Yeah, Lifeline Valkyrie Park. What the fuck am I doing? Am I tripping? Oh boy. Oh,
Could be worse. All right, mates. We could try here or die somewhere else. No pressure. Here we go, mates. Let's get messy.
Does my FPS look fucked up? What the hell is going on right now? I love Ceto Station. I actually hate this area.
Enhanced. Now that's a beaut.
First blood.
Here we go. Don't be afraid to fight. Don't tell.
Dojo. Yeah.
Right. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Nice. We're already inside the next ring. Extended energy mag here. Level 3.
But yeah, I could use that.
Evo harvesters are now available.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 2.
Champions eliminated. New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. They can have it. My sights been set higher.
My weapons in hands, ready to die.
Energy arsenal here.
Optics here. Mid-range.
Hold your butts. Crafting. I gained a level and an upgrade. Shall do machate hai. Weapon supply bin there. A box of guns? Oh, you should have.
There is a new kill leader.
We're all inside the ring. Good.
We've got a new kill leader. I love this place. Rounds up some extra supplies for us. Sniper stock here. Level 3.
Dibs.
Attention.
Oh, Rami, I get this for free? Must be broken.
Care package coming in. Whoa, feel that hype, yeah? We've got an Evo harvester here.
There
Who
is
wants
a
to
new
fly?
kill leader.
Ha! No kill leader. Bet they used a rampart for them shots.
It's on radar. Check your map.
Enhanced. Ah, now that's a beaut.
I forgot to grab Raiden console. I'm stupid. Should have grabbed one console back there. So,
Half the squads are left.
Extra supplies here. Firepower is key. Shield battery here.
Dibs.
Thermite grenade here.
Someone's been here.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown. Attention. Delivering replicator.
Got a replicator coming down. My weapons enhanced, ready to dance.
Ring console
Got a
here.
visual on a bogey
Anyone
right here.
fancy a leg up?
Taking fire. Charging on my shields.
I'm down.
Airstrike coming in. Ring's close. Got a minute to hit it.
Slash one.
Putting up some amped cover.
Hold up. Healing.
45 seconds. Ring ain't far at all. Move it or lose it. Throwing thermite.
I'm here. So let's get you a do-over, huh?
Thermite out.
Just giving my shield a restart.
Ring's close. Some plunkers shooting at me. Tossing a frag. Stop.
Don't come here.
Reloading. Charging on my shield.
Amped cover for you, mates. Plunkers. Enemy down.
Good job.
Got me a new upgrade. Can't wait to give it a spin.
Closing.
Rings moving.
Got a bandit. Cracked him on my shield.
Enemy shield. Reloading.
Attention. Delivering care package.
I'm down. Enemy here. Up close and in my freaking face.
Halo's out. You should quit lying. I gotcha.
Fox 3, firing missiles. T-squad.
Good job, boys. Good job.
Let's get you a do-over, huh? Initializing respawn beacon. Respawn beacon over there.
Just giving my shield a restart.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. Don't ask questions.
Final two. Alert 5, Valkyrie on standby, ready for burn. Go for burn.
The captain's turned off the no seatbelt sign. You are free to move around the Outlands.
Tango Delta.
Healing up. Hold on.
Passing you that sugar.
replicator on its way down. About to get hit with an EMP.
1 minute. Rings close. Plenty of time to
Reloading. Brings just a little further. 45 on the clock.
Wait, what the fuck? There was only 2 squads left? The fuck just happened?
You are the Apex Champions.
I had no idea what just happened there.
This is one of the main reasons people like you will be left alone to die! To never come near me or my family ever again.
Yesterday, Palmetto's friends pulled up at my friend's house and stabbed me in the back. This fucker kills people, man. He fucking kills people.
These guys just found out they were in my most recent video. They are not too happy.
Proximity chat doesn't do anything! I care!
Hey, can you go down there with the group, please? I'm having a private conversation. We're gonna report him. I'm gonna put a video up saying, what he said was not true. And I think he needs to go. I think he needs to go.
Can I ask why I was in a YouTube video?
You know what? A lot of people were in it, okay? A lot of people were in it. Proximity chat. Proximity chat is a well-known fucking troll. He targets...
Prepared and ready.
Ah, you know what they say. It ain't great unless it's got a Rampas written on it.
Is a single fact. Introducing your champion.
You really wish to fight the Ballistic? You poor, uneducated bug.
Guess I'm the jump master. It would fall to me eventually. Desperation.
I'm the jump. Let's go! Let's go there.
Sure.
Let's check out that way.
Yes.
Love me an LMG. Looking real pretty now.
Now for some field test.
Attention. First blood.
First blood. Should have seen that coming.
Round one. Beginning ring countdown.
Feel that charge in the air. We're inside the ring. You're safe.
Yeah, I could use that.
Evo harvesters are now available.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
We're close to the ring. 30 seconds left.
Let's check out over there, mates. We've got an Evo harvester here.
Weapon enhancements complete. Now for some field tests.
Got this weapon enhanced. Good.
Light arsenal here.
Supplies coming in.
Half the squad's left. Better put on your dancing shoes. We're headed to a funeral. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. Sniper stock here. Level 2. Enhanced a weapon. Not bad work for a field kit.
Attention. The kill leader has been eliminated.
Enhanced my weapon.
Trident here. Let's go for a ride. Right. Time to cool off in a hot rod. Let's move. Weapons alive in there. Lots of guns. Enough for me. I'm getting off this ride.
It's a big noisy bird.
Right. Time to cool off in a hot rod. Let's move.
Hold up, I'm coming with you.
Getting into vehicle.
Let's check. We've got an Evo harvester here.
Yes.
Hey, hopping off, mate. Sniffing around here for a bit. I'm upgraded and better than ever. Now we're talking. Ready to ride. Weapons supplied in there. A box of guns. You sure they have?
Yes.
Enough for me. I'm getting off this yet. These bins have extras.
Jumping out here.
Extended light mag here. Gold.
Make way. I'm joining you.
Right. Time to cool off in a hot rod. Let's move.
Right here with you. Best
We've
choice
got
for
an
now.
Evo harvest. We could go over there. Just a thought. Wrong, you can kill me.
New kill leader. Watch this.
Hopping off, mate. Sniffing around here for a bit.
Jumping out here.
Oh yeah, let's go. Rocket. That way.
I'm out of here. Hold up, I'm coming with you. I'm out of here.
Hey, hopping off, mate. Sniffing around here for a bit.
Countdown.
Optics here. Mid-range.
Attention. Delivering replicator.
Merci.
Replicator dropping like
I
it's
know
hot.
exactly where to find the best gear. Please examine your maps. I have found the next location. location of the
Okay, we
link.
move there.
Hey, mate. One in the distance. Doesn't look too scary, so you can come out of hiding.
Look on the bright side. You got beat by a legend.
Yo,
Enemy spotted.
mates, that's one sad enemy over there. Reloading.
Enemy shield broken. Follow the tunnel.
Amped cover for you, mates.
Portal's ready.
Shooting at me. Enemy shield broken. Nice shot, though.
I need some help over here.
Combat animals. Hold on. Let me help you. An enemy shield. Hold on. Let me help you.
Need to recharge my
Let me
shields.
help you.
Putting up some amped cover.
Reloading.
You see a trace? Giving my shields a recharge.
Restoring North Star.
Amped cover for you, mates.
I see it as one. Enemy shield broken.
We took out the kill leader, yeah? Keep it up.
Reloading. Care package over here. Kraber here. Opening fire. Getting hit over here. Enemy shield broken.
Better I'm low on ammo? Oof, gotta fix that.
I'm low on light ammo, but I have Sheila.
Light ammo here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ring countdown.
Need to recharge my shields.
Putting up some amped cover. Backing up my cover.
Shield broken. That was the last one. Nice work. The ring's closing in one. We're not very close. Champion out. Good work.
Come on, Ramp. Are you gonna leave your poor lonely upgrades unchosen forever? Upgraded and ready to take them for a test run.
Ring's not close, and we've only got 45 seconds.
Amped cover's getting packed up. Ten seconds. Ring's close. We got this.
package over there.
We need to go. Rings moving.
Delivering care package.
Contact with target.
Care package coming in. Shield battery here. Shield battery here. Playing with fences.
Care package over there. Target over there.
One in the distance. Doesn't look too scary, so you can come out of hiding. Up, start out!
Reloading.
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown.
Frag out.
Shield go. Good work, mates. Capped off that squad.
Only 2 other squads left.
Stay on your feet.
Delivering replicator.
Replicator dropping in.
Dead box here. Hostile right here.
Opening fire.
Tossing up some amped cover. I'm taking damage. Charging my shields. Rings closing in 40. Tossing up some amped cover.
People have been there. Let's go there. I see an enemy.
Let's go over there.
Tossing up some amped cover.
Inside the ring. 30 seconds to go. This way.
Amped cover's getting packed up.
Reloading.
Tossing up some amped cover.
Good.
Engaging
We're
the
inside.
enemy. I downed an enemy. I see somebody.
Amped cover for you, mates. Amped cover's getting packed up. Amped cover for you, mates. Getting some damage.
I took it down. I just got an electrical
Putting up some amped cover.
Saw that.
5.
Need to recharge my shields.
Move that way, mates.
I've been downed.
You will not disappear on yourself. 1 minute. Rings cross back. Enemy I'm down.
So I literally just wasn't doing my thing. Like I was clicking to place the thing down, it just wouldn't place. Like what was happening right there? I was just clicking to place my thing, and just Ripple was holding it. I was spamming mouse on. I don't know what was going on right there. I should have gave up earlier, but like by the time I gave up, it was too late. I wish she would have just put it down when I told her to right there. That's on there. I don't even know. I was just trying to give them more cover from the sensing. Because he could have just two-pieced them with 2 sentinel bolts right there with it. Like, I don't know. She just wouldn't put the rampart wall down. I think I was like spamming controls too much. I got like locked into something or some bullshit. I don't even know what. If I would have had my gun up there to protect the swing, maybe we would have been able to pull that out a little better. We shouldn't have given up our advantage on the high ground from the top. We should have waited to see where the next ring was and decided if we were going to push in. Oh, so cold.
People post the YouTube video on YouTube and is sponsored for doing so.
The panic and fear these people are feeling after ending up in one of my videos reminds me of how I felt when I was playing the VR horror game known as Dread Meridian. Today's sponsor. Dread Meridian is a new VR survival horror game where players take on the role of Daniela, who's on a search for her sister Isabella. As you explore the game, you will collect resources, solve puzzles, and fight various types of enemies.
Oh, this guy better watch out. You better watch out, man. I don't want to die!
Right after loading into the game, there's a very creepy atmosphere where I felt like I was going to get attacked by something at any second. I did eventually get attacked by an enemy, but luckily you can use and customize weapons such as guns and knives to stay alive. And on top of all that, there's an upcoming PvP mode where you can play with your friends not only as the survivors, but as the monsters as well. You can check it out.
This is more than a battlefield to me.
Ready for this dance? I lead.
Introducing your champion.
Run fast, hit fast, win fast.
Come at the queen? You best not miss. Charge!
Watch out! Some weird bloke just about landed on top of me. Use your
Like,
eyes. Enemy landed.
magnetized to there.
Use your eyes. Enemy landed close by. I'm down.
Die later. Fight now.
Setting a fence. Just starting off my shield.
Nope. Late drop straight down. Late drop just straight down. And then doesn't land us like oh yeah, it's just like bro. And then I get like magnetized to the roof for some reason. Like what are we doing, game? Whatever.
Dread Meridian via the link below on Steam or MetaQuest and enjoy 10% off with the discount code DREADB9D0C5. And keep an eye out for the PvP mode coming up where you can play with your friends as both the survivors and the monsters. So come give Dread Meridian a shot. Come join the community today using the link below.
My family almost fell apart because of this situation.
I have stitches on my back end right now. You know why?
I'm only having no good. I hate that's for you. It's a fault.
Oh. Oh.
Return of victory and slaughter.
Introducing your champion.
By the time you see me coming, I'll be going, and you'll be gone.
Right. I'm the governor. Time to cause some mischief, huh?
I'm Jumpmaster. Follow my lead. I'm calling ball. Let's land over there.
I love this part! Ah, dope. One in the distance. Cancel that, mates. Gonna check out over there. Could be good, could be trash. Oof, nothing does me better than an LMG. Enhanced. Ah, now that's a beaut. Enemy there. Close enough to smell the teardrops. Grenade, heads up. Some damage. Getting my grenade, heads up.
Under fire. Box 3, launching missile.
Took down the enemy. Charging my shields. This is the best bloody day ever! Ah, you good? Up and at 'em.
Be right here.
Healing my wounds.
Enemy taken down.
Now is when I wear your face as a mask.
We'll do one more. Shot.
Why?
Alright, how close am I to getting ranked on it? Man, getting 3 knockdowns with pistols is gonna be hell. I don't even like any of the pistols in this game. The P20s, like if I can find those in a red crate, yeah, but other than that. Yeah, I don't really like any. I can try the wingman. Maybe the wingman will get me some knocks. Yeah, I guess I'll try to use the wingman a little bit.
of us get the hiccups during this bonanza.
This is your champion.
Guess I'm the jump master. Knew it would fall to me eventually. Desperation. This looks like a good place for a funeral. Let's show these fools why their parents never loved them. Tossing a frag.
Oh, I'm the new kill leader. Well.
Attacked by another squad. Dodging my shot. They got me. Nice shot, though.
I didn't tell you this, but yesterday Pomex's friends came up, pulled up at my friend's house and stabbed me in the back yesterday. Like his friends are actually looking for me still.
Dude, what the hell is this guy talking about? I gotta talk to this guy about what he just said. You said that Proximity's friends came to your house earlier? I think they were outside of my house earlier.
Okay, whoever knocked on the door is probably was police, because I did call some police in your town and my town to do a wellness check on you guys. I just got an EMS thing on my phone saying, warning, there's a 6'5" person wearing a black shirt, black pants. There's 3 or 4 people missing right now. If you see him, do not approach him. If you see him walking behind you, find the nearest building to hide at. I just got that on my phone just now. There's like 4 people missing right now.
Are you like part of the police force or something?
Used to be. I'm retired, so they sent me any messages just in case anything goes wrong. He says that there's 4 people missing right now. 2 of them were found dead already with their necks sliced.
I hope he doesn't come to my house.
He's outside right now. He's walking around someone's house right now.
Mom, watch out for Proximity. He might be outside with a gun.
Tell her you got a friend here that's actually tracking him. Tell her that, please. Let her know.
Yeah, no, I have a friend that's working with the police officers. Just make sure the doors are locked.
He is known to be armed. If you see him, shoot him. He is armed.
They're gonna shoot my mom?
No, tell your mom to shoot him because he will be armed. Shoot him if you see him.
You want me to shoot my mom?
No, shoot Promoxy Chat if he see him.
This guy wants me to shoot you, Mom.
Bro, what the f are you saying? Make sure she is armed. And she has every right to shoot the guy. Yep, my phone's going off now. It says, warning, please remain indoors and please keep your doors locked until Father...
Well, these guys think they're slick, bro. They think they're masterminds. They're like, there's no way that he would know that I'm just playing an Amber Alert sound effect on my PC. There's no way he could possibly know that. Do I have a... I gotta change. I'm gonna make myself a little bit of food real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and change over to music. And I'm probably gonna start working on a new song or something. Just start messing around and cakewalk for a little while. Let's update that back to music. Big and chilling, like it's 2021. I'm gonna turn the camera around. I think I'm gonna record myself making like an egg or something, like maybe a couple eggs, and maybe Yeah, I think that's it. Let me see. Do I have a... Gonna make like a new thing. Oh man, this is not looking great, to be honest. This is not looking great, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of fucking this up a little bit, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be that. That's gonna be the best bet right there. Boom, just like that. Oh, that's so much better. Boom. It's not perfect, but it's not the worst thing ever. What do I leave up on my screen in the background? I will leave up. I'll do a free advertisement for Lala AI in the background while I go make myself some food real quick. Also turn the music down a bit, I guess. Just a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go make myself a little bit of food. Second, darling. Oh my god, alright. Damn. Oh man, this doesn't look right. I need to move this over to the right a little bit, and need to do this. Over to the right a little bit, and to do this. Yeah, I think that's better framing. Yeah, I think that's better framing. Yeah, that's a little better. The whole camera's tilted though. What the fuck? Camera's tilted though. What the fuck? Nah, it is what it is. Not worried about it. Alright. Let's drink myself some eggies. Probably make a couple for Sam too. I took a walk. It's a Poland. Alrighty. Well, I gotta ask Sam if she can make some cookies today. Let me do that. Clean pan, baby. I know it's not cast iron. You do not need a cast iron pan to cook a fucking egg. You do not need a cast iron pan to cook a fucking egg. You can do it on a non-stick pan. Oh my god. Let me go tell Sam to, well, not tell Sam, ask him to make some cookies. Oh, Sammy? 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 Sam? Hey, babe. God, it's steamy in here. I have my mic on me, so don't say anything stupid. Do you want me to make you some eggs?
Huh?
Do you want me to make you some eggs? Do you want cookies to make? Not do you want. Can you also make cookies tonight?
Can I make what tonight?
More cookies. Those were really good yesterday. All right, I'm gonna make you some eggs. Yep. I took the walk. I'm always taking a walk to Poland. All right, let's get started. Dude, Sam's gonna make more cookies later. I'm so happy. I'm hype as fuck about that. Gonna make some over medium eggs with cheese. We're gonna season it with MSG, pepper, sea salt, garlic, and slap ya mama. You're going to absolutely make this egg taste amazing. Oh, let me not drop all these. Got some eggies. Oh man. Oh, I need to get a little bit of butter on the pan. Some butter on the pan. What butter? Oh, there's. I was like, chat, I misplaced the butter. Misplaced the butter. little bit of butter for the egg. Now we let that pan warm up a little bit. I took the... Aw, Bo Bear, you look so cute over there. Oh, man. Some light going in here, Jesus. It's so dark. Damn, I'm gonna hit that all hard. I took the one. Dude, I gotta get that out of my head, man. That is like hard stuck in my head right now. Holy shit, man. The walk does not need to go to Poland, man. The walk does not need to go to Poland. What is he doing with the walk in Poland? Like, I don't understand. Did the walk want to go to Poland? I don't know. I don't know if the walk wanted to go to Poland. Probably should have made sure the spatula was clean before I started cooking, but it's alright. It's clean now. Oh, that egg is really wide. I just made like a super wide egg, but you know, it is what it is. It's a double egg. It's long. All right. All right, gotta make sure my hands are nice and dry. Don't worry, I wear nice clean clothes, so it's okay that a little bit of water gets on them. I'm not that worried about it. I'm gonna use a little bit of MSG. I sprinkle a bit in my hands. And I sprinkle it all there. I get a very tiny bit all around the egg. I only use a little bit because the internet has made me afraid of MSG. I'm going to go ahead and put some black pepper. Good amount of that shit right there. Some sea salt. You could use any kind of salt. I just use sea salt because it's what I have next to me. I'm sure that somebody's going to bitch that I'm using the wrong kind of salt. I don't care. A bit of Slappy Mama seasoning. A very small amount of that, but not too small. Get a good amount on there. Slappy Mama, I don't overdo it though. And then the last thing we put in there, I know that this is actually probably already in Slappy Mama, but I'm going to put a very tiny bit of extra garlic powder on the top there. So it was MSG, black pepper, salt, Slappy Mama, and a bit of garlic powder. Trying to make sure now that it's not sticking to the pan. Probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but that's why we use butter on a non-stick pan, because things come off pretty easily when you do it that way. All right. All right. And now we're gonna use about like a quarter handful of cheese. You don't need too much cheese on this. The flavor of the cheese is going to come through. Also, we're using taco blend. That also helps the flavor of the cheese come through. So you only really need like a little bit. Probably take like a tiny pinch more and get around the edges there. Make sure it's all filled up. You know, I'm actually going to do a little bit of like an omelet fold on this hoe. I'm going to go ahead and just like flip that hoe in on itself. Once the bottom is all nice and brown, not nice and brown, but getting brown along the edges, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to flip it in on itself and make like sort of like this omelet deal going on here. Now I'm kind of like doing like this Japanese omelet thing where like the fold is now on the bottom to the best of my ability. And once the fold's on the bottom, I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a bit more salt. Like 1 crunch of salt and a bit more pepper. And then we're just gonna let it cook, and that's it. Like, this thing is basically done at this point. You really don't need to let it cook for that much longer because you don't want the insides to be too solid. And yeah, I think that this is good and finished. I will go ahead and grab this off the plate. Come on, grab this off this. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Boom, boom, boom. Heat off. Then heat off for a second. Going to go present this to my girlfriend. Egg, cheesy, runny on the inside. It's like a little omelet type of beat. Gotta go make sure my girlfriend enjoys her food fast as possible. Sammy, I have your food. I love you. Alright, let's get started on mine. Let's let that pan cool for just a split second. We're gonna throw a little bit more butter in just to see where the heat's at. Very hot still. That butter is going to evaporate before I can even get a chance to put the eggs in, so we're going to wait a second. Alright, and butter in, heat back on. Almost dropped the pan on the ground. That's pro chef material shit. Bring egg 1. Boom. Egg 2. Alrighty. Oh gosh. Dropped the eggshells on the ground. So I'm dumbass. Where's the spatula? Spatula. Oh, spatula, spatula, spatula.
He's John.
Yeah, I am. Did it come out good? You said it smells good? Let me know.
Annoying, but can we put mine back on for a minute?
Is it too runny? Alright, you can put yours back on, no problem. At least you got me while the pants still hot. Really? Is it too runny? I tried to make it more runny for you. I thought you'd like it more runny. Really? Well, it's cheese and yolk. Maybe you're getting a lot of cheese. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it bad, babe. It's too runny for you? Alright, that's no problem. If it was on toast, maybe you'd like it a little more. Something to absorb the runniness. Well, that's no good. What the fuck? I accidentally just cracked one of my yolks. Very unfortunate. It's alright, I can fold it over and save it. I'm losing her, Mr. Krabs.
I can have that one if you want.
You already took away that one, it's fine. I'm just gonna put yours back on.
Oh, why'd my Elgato turn off? What the hell? It shouldn't have. Oh wait, no, the Elgato's not off. Wait, my Elgato turned off. What the? My monitor must be off. That must be it. Looks good, man. I'm hungry. All right, this should be very minimally running. It has like still a very little bit of run in it, but it should be. Maybe not. Maybe it is more runny. I think. I know. It's mostly hers. It's very slightly. It's very slightly runny. Yeah, it's cooked on the underside, but the top side has a little bit of runniness to it. So. What's wrong? You can't. All right, you come out here and you cook that to your liking. All right. You don't like egg yolk? What's wrong? Something happened? Now you don't like egg yolk anymore?
I just want it like rosy.
It's fair. She didn't like my egg, Chad. Chad? She didn't like my egg, Chad. Chad. Yeah, it is an egg. I'm happy that it smells like egg. It's an egg. What? Oh. Oh. Sure.
There's like smoking out from underneath here.
Oh, wow.
Is this the one you used?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I didn't do anything. There wasn't smoking when I was over here. I'm sorry. I literally just wasn't smoking when I was over here. I don't know what happens. Maybe when I poured out the egg the last time, something dropped off. No, it doesn't look smoky. It does smell like something burnt, though. Oh, man. Oh, I fucking love Faygo. You just wanted scrambled eggs. You want your shit medium rare? Yeah, it's like, what you... Here, share this Faygo with me. I don't want to drink the whole thing. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You're gonna make me fat with this Faygo. You're right, it's so good. I do love Faygo. That shit's delicious. Oh, man. Man, is it still going to... Oh my god, you know that that's ice out there, right? It's just sleeting out there. It's so bad. It looks like rain. If you open the door, it sounds like rain, but it's ice.
I'm like, it's like burnt in here. I want to open it.
Yeah, it's too bad we can't open the door right now. I'll just freeze to death.
You know what? I think would help me. Do you want to do?
I'm gonna bring it out here. Oh wait, yeah, I do have it. I didn't think I did, but I do. What the fuck? I swear I didn't think I had it. I did save it.
coverage in the federal killing of 37-year-old Alex Preddy. His parents have now released a statement to Minneapolis local news KARE. Michael and Susan Preddy say in part, quote, "We are heartbroken but also very angry. Alex was a kind-hearted soul who cared deeply for his family and friends, and also the American veterans whom he cared for as an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital. Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see his impact. I do not throw around the hero term lightly. However, his last thought and act was to protect a woman. The sickening lies told about our son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. Alex is clearly not holding a gun when attacked by Trump's murdering and cowardly ICE thugs. He had his phone in his right hand and his empty left hand is raised above his head while trying to protect the woman ICE just pushed down, all while being pepper sprayed. Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Attorney General Ellison, Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson, Minnesota Department of Corrections Commissioner Paul Snell. Thanks everybody for joining us again. We're now about 24 hours from the killing of Alex. And during that time of everything that's happened, I hope parents, and you clearly underestimated the people of this state and nation. We are tired.
Okay.
What stood out to me was a parent's desire and
when you perpetuate violence against a government because of ideological reasons and for reasons to resist and perpetuate violence, that is the definition of domestic terrorism. This individual who came with weapons and ammunition to stop a law enforcement operation of federal law enforcement officers committed an act of domestic terrorism. This individual showed up to impede a law enforcement operation and assaulted our officers. They responded according to their training to defend any peaceful about that. Changed and will continue. Conviction had a weapon dangerous for the citizens of Minneapolis. Facilitated it is to distract from the corruption that they have facilitated in fraud and theft from the American taxpayers.
How did the Banished painfully remove Spartan armor, and how painful was it to normally remove their armor? So Mjolnir is built around a Spartan, for lack of a better term, and the process of getting in and out of it isn't particularly painful. However, the suit is plugged into the Spartan in many ways, as Naomi puts it. They are catheterized. There's a tube up their butts where they keep their ammo. That's a joke. But there's also injection points in the armor where they have direct access to their bloodstream if they need to inject some sort of medicine. They also have biofoam injectors. We learn about a lot of that in First Strike. So it's probably uncomfortable to put it on, but it wouldn't necessarily be painful for Spartans. These are augmented humans that are the best of the best and probably have an outrageous pain tolerance. However, the captured Spartans on Zeta Halo didn't have a pleasant experience at all when it came to being forced out of their armor. I say it all the time. Read the Rubicon Protocol. It'll change how you view Spartan 4s and the Banished. But on the Ring, in one of their many prisoner of war camps, captured Spartans had their armor cut off of them using plasma torches, saws, and pried out of it with crowbars and other means. Both those that survived this process and those that didn't survive were strung up, some of them still alive, and used as target practice. This book shares some gruesome details about the Battle of Zeta Halo. It's an amazing book. I cannot recommend it enough. How did the Banished painfully remove Spartan armor, and how painful was it to normally remove their armor? So Mjolnir is built around a Spartan, for lack of a better term, and the process of getting in and out of it isn't particularly painful. However, the suit is plugged into the Spartan in many ways, as Naomi puts it. They are catheterized. There's a tube up their butts where they keep their ammo. That's a joke. But there's also injection points in the armor where they have direct access to their bloodstream if they need to inject some sort of medicine. They also have biofoam injectors. We learn about a lot of that in First Strike. So it's probably uncomfortable to put it on, but it wouldn't necessarily be painful for Spartans. These are augmented humans that are the best of the best and probably have an outrageous pain tolerance. However, the captured Spartans on Zeta Halo didn't have a pleasant experience at all when it came to being forced out of their armor. I say it all the time. Read the Rubicon Protocol. It'll change how you view Spartan 4s and the Banished. But on
Something that always makes me wince is when fantasy characters carry their bows like this. Aesthetically, it makes sense. It looks good, it's easy to keep everything in frame, and it leaves your hands and legs free for moving around. It's easy to animate, and if you're using a lightweight prop bow, it's fairly comfortable to do. But as you start moving on to heavier bows, you begin to get some problems. For starters, the average adventurer tends to be wearing lots of bits of armor, clasps, buckles, and other bits of metal. And every time they move, the bow is going to rub against those and risk getting damaged, which is traditionally considered suboptimal. And depending on the size of the bow, it's either going to press really hard into your sternum, or it's just going to be really flappy. Which either way is not ideal for the kind of things these characters get up to. Ow. But there are some options. For speed and convenience, it's pretty hard to beat holding the thing. The bow's right there when you need it, and if you don't need it right now, you always have the option to pop it down, take the string off, and store it safely. Or, in a pinch, you could always chuck it at your enemy to try and buy yourself an extra second. But if you've got a bit more time, you could always use one of these. While they can be a bit inconvenient for running around with, they're a lot more convenient than trekking around the battlefield looking for where you left your bow. But personally, if I'm honest, I tend to just do this. If I needed to fight, it wouldn't be ideal. But in terms of switching from shooting arrows to climbing around and back again in a hurry, it's pretty damn handy. Something that always makes me wince is when fantasy characters carry their bows like this. Aesthetically, it makes sense. It looks good.
Before you get mad, I'm actually borrowing the title of the video from this guy who made a tweet that's been living in my brain since the announcement of Halo switching to the Unreal Engine. For a bit of context, a while ago, Halo Studios showed off a really impressive tech demo of what they can do with the new technology by taking assets from Halo Infinite and making beautiful landscapes inspired by locations from the first Halo game, which sort of lines up with a long-running rumor that a remake of Halo 1 is being made for the Xbox, PC, and crazy enough, PlayStation. Most gamers would probably look at this and go, oh yeah, that's cool, I guess that looks like Halo. And it does. It's got the Forerunner beam towers, the Pacific Northwest pine trees, some snow, even some stinky flood stuff. But this tweet here sort of lit a fire within the Halo community. Yeah, the tweet is sort of abrasive, but it's like, you know, he has a point. The renders Halo Studios showed off were really beautiful to look at, but if you're maybe a bit too absorbed in Halo, like I and I suspect others in the Halo community are, there is a sense that the tech demo doesn't quite capture the same tone and vibe that the first game had. It sort of reminds me a bit of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which was pretty, but in being pretty, it sort of forgot to look like Halo 1. It sort of reminds me a bit of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which was pretty, but in being pretty, it sort of forgot to look like Halo 1. So the first thing that's important to keep in mind is that Halo 1 wasn't a Halo game when it came out, if that makes sense. Like, it was the first game in the Halo series. It didn't even know Halo was going to be a series at that point. And because of that, it embodied a lot of the vibes of 2000 to 2001 pop culture. It felt like the kind of game your older brother or sister played while they listened to Incubus's Wish You Were Here. The characters and art direction were influenced by a lot of sci-fi anime and movies that were culturally relevant at the time. The original Xbox was quite limited in not just its visuals, but the color depth that it could put out, and because of that, games would sort of zero in on a specific look and color tone. Most gamers played on CRT TVs, so black levels, light bloom, visual effects, etc. were all designed to be displayed with CRTs in mind. It's a specific look that games don't go for anymore because technology has progressed to the point where that aesthetic can be a choice rather than a mandatory necessity. And games look beautiful now. I'm serious. Have you ever seen some of the cutscenes in modern games? They legit look like those old CGI video game intros. The amount of color, depth, and beauty modern games have is astonishing, but they're all starting to look a bit samey, right? When games aren't doing the Fortnite visual thing, they're going for that sort of CGI-like, I'm not even sure what you'd call it, pseudo-realistic visual style? Like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 looks really good. Yeah, Last of Us looks really good, but they all just kinda look exactly the same to me. And it's funny, this isn't the first time the video game industry has done this. Back during the Xbox 360 generation, games all sort of began congregating around a similar visual style. It was this bombed out, slightly desaturated modern warfare look. It was a look that was so prevalent that even formerly colorful game franchises began dipping their toes in it, like Halo Reach and Doom. Yeah, if you didn't know, Doom was nearly gonna be a gritty, brown-style modern warfare shooter. Famously, Doom 4 was in development for a long time, copying the trends it saw in the gaming world, catering its art style, presentation, and mechanics towards people that may have liked those kinds of Call of Duty, brown, bombed-out building military games. But the issue was that this was derivative. It didn't stand on its own, and it wasn't anything that was gonna turn heads because, well, every game was going for this look. This caused the developers of Doom 4 to eventually stop trying to make this version of Doom work, and they just rebooted the whole franchise. A reboot that became a cultural watermark for the 8th generation of video game consoles. Gamers like to bring up the Doom reboot a lot, and how that game was able to make Doom cool again for modern audiences. It sort of reminded everyone that, hey, crazy guitars, Satan, and brimstone, that stuff is still badass. Why do we stop doing that? What Halo needs is that, but for the Y2K turn of the millennium style of games that the series was born in and has since moved away from. If that Halo 1 remake comes out and it looks like just another modern Unreal Engine game, like, it's gonna be cool, you know? It will. Another modern Unreal Engine game. Like, it's gonna be cool, you know? It will be cool, but it won't be awesome, you know? You wanna make a Halo 1 remake relevant and awesome? You gotta embrace the style that the original game was born in. You gotta make that Metal Heart, Chrome, late to early 2000s energy cool again. Similar to the original Doom, which was heavily influenced by what the developers thought were cool, the heavy metal, rebellious, satanic panic, Halo 1 and 2 were as much about the culture that the developers were a part of as they were just making a cool game. Halo Studios can do a Halo 1 remake without that aspect if they want. One where the color palette is sort of generically pretty. The art direction is typically modern and similar to Halo Infinite, which is a pretty game, but definitely a modern looking game. Or, you know, they could do something a little bit different that maybe causes heads to turn. Halo 1 was a product of its time, 2001, and that's what makes it a really cool game, and one that's ripe for revisiting right now. Fashion, cultural interests, even language can be pretty cyclical, and it's really smart business when things sort of tap into nostalgia for a style or a cultural movement that's long gone. It wasn't too long ago that 80s culture and synthwave was back from the dead, and Stranger Things pounced on that, and for ages, I couldn't go outside without seeing kids on bikes or car radios blasting old favorites from the era. But now, the trend winds are blowing once again. Y2K fashion is making a comeback culturally. Baggy jeans and huge belts. Just go outside in New York City, and you'll probably forget what year it is. Older brother core, chrome and deep blues and silvers, Y2K, Metal Heart, it's all coming back, baby. And up in Seattle, Washington, I hope the developers at Halo Studios can see it too. To recapture the spirit of Halo and make make a new generation fall in love with it, you can't just make a remake that is
If you've been hanging around Fallout Twitter, Reddit, or YouTube lately, you've probably felt it. That buzz, energy, and that dangerous irrational hope that Bethesda was about to pull another Oblivion remaster and just casually shadow drop Fallout 3 or New Vegas remaster out of nowhere. Steam pages updating, a mysterious Amazon countdown timer, the Xbox Developer Direct that just happened, and the Fallout TV show living rent-free in everyone's head, and for some it felt like the stars were aligning. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news here unfortunately, but it's time to put the hopium down, at least for now, because Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remasters seem to be happening according to all the latest leaks and rumors. That part seems real. But they are not launching anytime soon, and they're definitely not getting shadow dropped in the next few weeks or months. Here's what we actually know, what fans misread, and why Bethesda is playing the long game with Fallout right now. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Fallout news. And if you want to further support the channel, consider becoming a member for early access on every video, members only content, your name in the credits, the ability to write in and have your comments featured, and access to the Discord community. Let's clear up the most important thing first. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are both getting remasters or remakes according to the leaks we've seen over the past several weeks and months. Fallout 3's remaster originally showed up in the leaked FTC documents from 2023 during Microsoft's Activision trial that also included Oblivion remasters, so the Fallout 3 remaster is definitely more concrete at this time. Multiple insiders, including Jez Corden, have also confirmed that New Vegas is also in the works to be getting a remaster. Of course, this is more of insider knowledge than an actual leak at this point in time. That's the good news. The bad news here is that none of this is happening anytime soon, because according to Jez Corden's latest reporting on Windows Central, the remasters are not imminently releasing, not close, and not secretly launching behind everyone's back just yet. Bethesda and Xbox are of course aware of the hype around these games, and they're intentionally not repeating the Oblivion remaster playbook just yet. Oblivion was a special case here. It had been finished quietly, expectations were low, and Microsoft wanted a surprise win. Fallout is seeming to be different. The audience is bigger now, the TV show has exploded interest, and expectations are sky high. But Corden's sources are clear on one thing. Fallout 3 will likely come first, with New Vegas following its release later on. That alone tells us that this is a staggered plan, not a double shadow drop, and definitely not a sudden surprise release. So yes, the Fallout 3 remasters are coming at some point and will probably be shadow dropped, just not now. And if I had to guess, I would say that Fallout 3 remaster is likely dropping around 2027 since the FTC leaks put that game's release about 2 years after the release of Oblivion Remastered. That game's release about 2 years after the release of Oblivion Remastered. This whole wave of hype didn't come out of nowhere either. It was the perfect storm of coincidences that look like clues if you squinted hard enough, because Steam pages for Fallout 3 and New Vegas started showing back-end activity, and players noticed missing packaging errors. That usually is the kind of thing you see before an update or a re-release of a game. Then Amazon's Fallout TV show's website launched an interactive map with a locked countdown timer that lines up perfectly with the Season 2 finale. Add in the fact that Bethesda has openly said they love shadow drops in the past, and that's what they did for Oblivion Remaster, and, well, you can see why the internet lost its mind. But according to the latest reporting, all of this has boring, normal explanations. The Steam activity is tied to localization updates for existing versions of the game, not new builds. The Amazon countdown has nothing to do with new games at all, and is almost certainly related to the TV show itself. It could either be a Season 3 tease, or behind-the-scenes content from Season 2. And while Bethesda of course does like surprise launches, they only do it when the project is ready, and these remasters don't seem to be ready just yet. In other words, fans connected dots that weren't necessarily connected. Understandable, but unfortunately wrong at this time. One of the biggest reasons these remasters aren't coming quickly is Bethesda is busy, really busy, and the team working on these remasters is likely Virtuous, who just released Oblivion Remastered just last year. And the main focus at Bethesda right now is still the development on The Elder Scrolls 6, which is arguably the most anticipated RPG of the decade. That game has massive expectations, and Bethesda cannot afford another Starfield-style disappointment. And speaking of Starfield, that game is also getting a major overhaul in 2026, at least according to all the rumors, including engine upgrades, space travel improvements, and possibly new platform launches alongside a new expansion for the game. All of that alone eats up a huge amount of resources, even if Bethesda will only have a few of their team actually working on the remasters for Fallout, and most of the development will be handled by Virtuous. And then there's Fallout 76, which Todd Howard recently said is the Fallout game that they're actively putting the most work into right now. It's still getting expansions, TV show tie-ins, and technical upgrades. Also, Fallout 4 just got an anniversary edition plus multiple patches to clean up the mess that version caused. The Fallout TV show is now a massive hit, with Season 3 already in planning, and Fallout 5 is technically greenlit, even if it's still years away, but likely in the very early stages of development. That's a lot of Fallout, so when it comes to Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters, the most likely scenario is that they're being handled by external studios, similar to how Virtuous worked on Oblivion Remaster, and obviously all of that takes time, especially if Bethesda wants these remasters to actually be good and not just cash grabs. Another important detail from the reporting is that Fallout 3 will almost certainly release before New Vegas. That's not random. Fallout 3 is owned entirely by Bethesda, it's older, it's harder to run on modern PCs without mods, and it's been rumored a lot longer. It also makes more sense strategically. Fallout 3 is the clean re-entry point to the franchise for new fans who discovered the franchise through the TV show. It's simpler, more straightforward, and less dependent on complex role-playing systems. New Vegas, on the other hand, is beloved for its writing, factions, and choice-driven design. That could be a harder remaster to get right, especially if Obsidian isn't directly involved. By doing Fallout 3 first for their remaster, Bethesda can test the waters, gauge reception, and then apply those lessons learned to New Vegas' remaster. It's a smart move, even if it means waiting just a bit longer. And I know Fallout New Vegas probably makes the most sense right now since the TV show is taking place there right now in New Vegas, but we'll likely see New Vegas after Fallout 3. While nothing is officially confirmed yet, all signs point to Fallout 3 and New Vegas following the Oblivion Remaster model. That means a modern engine overhaul, likely Unreal Engine 5, handling visuals, lighting, and rendering, while the original Gamebryo logic handles gameplay underneath. This approach allows them to keep the feel of the original games while making them look and run like modern releases. If they expect upgraded lighting, modern textures, improved performance, controller support that doesn't feel like a crime, and proper compatibility with modern PCs and consoles. These games desperately need that. Fallout 3 and New Vegas are both notoriously painful to run on modern systems without community patches, mods, and workarounds. This is why these remasters matter even beyond just the nostalgia factor. They're about preservation as much as they are about hype. The key thing to understand here is that Fallout is in a weird but exciting transition period. Bethesda didn't expect the TV show to blow up this hard.
An amusing anecdote. Apparently, at an Academy Awards anniversary, acclaimed American actor Alan Alda asked Arrival's Amy Adams, allegedly, "Amy, any avocations?" And Amy answered, "Absolutely. An appetizing amusement, actually. Apple alphabetizing. Abundanza, Abram, Cain, Alfriston, Ambrosia. Aphids?" Arizonan actor Asher Angel, an aspiring agriculturalist and avid Apple admirer, amended, "Actually, aphids attack apples?" Amy apologized, and Aziz Ansari added, Anaphylaxis accompanies apple allergy. Anyone afflicted? All afflicted admitted. Abruptly, an alarm activated. Alert, alert. American astronaut Andrew Allen, aboard Atlantis as always, announced, America, aliens are approaching. Aliens. Anticipation and anxiety accumulated. All afternoon, Army agents assembled arming and aiming artillery as an astonishing alien aircraft arrived. Aboard? An auspicious axolotlish alien. Affable, angelic, arms akimbo. Aforementioned alien arched aloft and articulated an adorably atomic achoo.
I'm good for the devil soon.
The number one reason
Tell
why
me,
your
Carrot
bass
Top.
lines don't hit, I think it's because your bass sounds aren't tailored to your song. If you're just calling up a preset, it may not have the right characteristics for your song. It might be close, but it's just missing that something. And I'm going to show you things that you can do that I think give you that something, that give you the personality and make your sound stand out. So the first thing I'm very aware of is the synthesizer that I'm working with. So I chose to work with a Minimoog today. It's a little more accessible, so hopefully you can pull up a plugin, or if you have a Minimoog, or if you have a version of a Minimoog and a hardware synthesizer, take a look at it and see what you have available. So I'm going to see I have 3 oscillators, I have a mixer where I can mix the levels. That's very important for bass sounds. I have a filter with resonance. I'm going to see if we can get that resonance to feed back and create a tone. That's an important thing. And I have 2 envelope generators, and I have an output. I also see that I have an overload button here, so it looks like I have an external input. So that tells me that maybe I can feed the signal back and get some distortion. And these are all things that are going to give that bass that extra edge to hit. So one of the first things I'm going to do is start with a single oscillator. And the reason I do it is because that's going to give us the most solid pitch. When you have 2 oscillators, the sound is going to tend to phase. So let me give you an example. 1 oscillator. Now bring in a second. Same waveform, sawtooth, same, well, let's actually bring it down so it's the same pitch. So I'm going to repeat the note, and you can listen for the phasing. Some notes are going to be stronger, and some notes are going to be weaker, because the two oscillators are just phasing, and you're going to get cancellations, and then you're going to get summing, so it'll get a little bit louder. So in a track, if you're playing like a repeated note, it may not be as consistent as this. One oscillator. That's going to be a stronger sound. So what I might do, rather than two oscillators, if I'm going for a unison, is bring a third in, and I'll detune one a little down and the other a little up, and listen to that. So instead of just two oscillators, I get a fatter sound with less a second. Same waveform, sawtooth, same, well, let's actually bring it down so it's the same pitch. So I'm going to repeat the note, and you can listen for the phasing. Some notes are going to be stronger, and some notes are going to be weaker, because the two oscillators are just phasing, and you're going to get cancellations, and then you're going to get summing, so it'll get a little bit louder. So in a track, if you're playing like a repeated note, it may not be as consistent as this. And are going to be stronger, and some notes are going to be weaker, because the two oscillators are just phasing, and you're going to get cancellations, and then you're going to get summing, so it'll get a little bit louder. So in a track, if you're playing like a repeated note, it may not be as consistent as this. One oscillator. That's going to be a stronger sound. So what I might do, rather than two oscillators, if I'm going for a unison, is bring a third in, and I'll detune one a little down and the other a little up, and listen to that. So instead of just two oscillators, I get a fatter sound with less phasing. And I can have less detuning if I want. And play with it. And it gives you different colors. So that's something that you can do. Now, the first thing I said was to make it fit your track. So what are we talking about? Well, one of the biggest things is the timing of the track, right? So I'm playing this repeated note. It has a shape, and the shape is controlled by this decay time, because this envelope generator, let's call it the first envelope generator and this one the second envelope generator, the first one is controlling the filter, because it's in this filter section on the Minimoog. And where it says amount of contour right here, that's going to be the amount of envelope generator control of the filter. So more amount, brighter sound. So I may want to change that to the track. So if you're working with a preset, maybe you can get in there and make it brighter if you need it brighter. Maybe not. Now the timing. Tighter. What if my tempo's here? So I want to time it to the track. So I'm going to turn my initial frequency down. 1, 2, 3. It's a little dull, but now it's timed to the music. A little brighter. If I had a shorter sound, maybe I would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm timing it to a quarter note. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. What's the advantage? Well, in the space where I'm saying 3 and 4, there's no bass. So other sounds can poke through in your mix. You don't always need your bass singing through. So another thing you might want to do is add resonance. What does that do? Well,
it's big brain. It's big brain thought. I haven't thought about it like that.
Resonance gives you some degree of personality. It emphasizes the frequency of the filter. And if the filter's sweeping down at the shape of this envelope generator, you're going to get emphasis sweeping down. So let's add some resonance and hear it. Right? But what happened? I lost bass. Let's compare. No resonance, resonance. Thinner. Again, feel that bass? The more resonance, the more personality, but I lose bass. So what can I do in my track? Well, if I have a preset, it's just like, well, that's the sound. It's too thin.
Yo, what's up, Ace Spades? How you doing, brother? Nice to see you, dude. Nothing much. I'm just watching like a few things before I get started on working on something new. I was just trying to consume some good content for the brain, learn some new stuff.
And it almost...
How are you doing, man? Also, you know, snowed in right now, so can't really do anything else.
It acts like a high-pass filter because you're losing just the bottom. But what I could do is, and remember I said the mixer is important? Well, I have the level of the first oscillator very low. It's only set to about a little under 4. If I bring in another oscillator, and let's make it a sine wave at the same frequency, now I can bring up that missing bass fundamental. Let's hear it. And I'll start bringing it in. You feel that? Without it. With it. So it's something you can fit. Same frequency. Now I can bring up that missing bass fundamental. Let's hear it. And I'll start bringing it in. You feel that? Without it. With it. So it's something you can do on your synthesizer. If you feel like you want that personality, you want a funky bass, right? But you're missing the low end, bring up a sine wave at the same frequency. See, 32 foot, 32 foot. Doesn't matter if it's 16 foot, 16 foot. Without it. Very thin, right? Another thing, it's always been a favorite of mine to play around with, and I guess I got it from guitarists and bass players playing in bands, but using distortion to help make my bass sounds hit a little bit more. So I'm going to give you an example of a non-distorted bass, right? I have a square wave on the bottom, and then an octave up, a sawtooth wave. So here's the square wave on the bottom, right? And then I add the sawtooth. So I have a high octave, right? But I want more punch. So I'm going to add distortion. I'm going to take the output. Let me show you this. I'm going to take the low output from the Mini Moog and put it into the input for the external signal. So now I'm basically creating a loop. So the output of my sound now is going into this part of the chain. I'm opening it up so it can go through, and then this is going to be the amount. So I'm starting to mix it into the sound. So here's the undistorted sound.
Why is he staring at me like that, man? Come on, why are you staring at me like that? Look at the way he's staring. No, he didn't stare the whole time. It was just when I looked down at him right here.
See how crazy it gets? Without extra hair on the sound, right? And with the resonance. So the more distortion, the less you'll hear resonance. Right? Get it in the sweet spot. See, that's without the distortion. Just tweets, but with the distortion, perfect blend. Another really important thing is as I go up the keyboard, it's not getting brighter. That's because of these two switches, which a lot of people wonder, well, what are those? You know, 1 and 2. Keyboard control voltage. What that does, it tells the filter to not track with the keyboard. So in other words, if we're tracking, it would be doing this. It would get brighter as I go up, and I'm just turning the filter knob to show you what it's doing. If I push the first button and the second button, it's going to track. So every octave that I play, you're going to hear it get brighter. without them, right?
Okay.
The difference is between these buttons. The first button is 1/3 keyboard control voltage, so it won't track as much. And then the second one is 2/3. So it's tracking more. You add them together and you get a lot of tracking. So for bass sounds, a lot of times I'll have them off, right? And the reason is, let's get rid of the resonance. I want to keep it not bright up here. Listen to this. Not as bassy, right? So like an acoustic bass doesn't get bright into the high range. So if I want to keep my bass thumping, you're finding that it's not thumping when you go into the higher range. Right? If I had keyboard control voltage, it just sounds like a keyboard. So that's a really important thing to be concerned with, is where is your keyboard control voltage set? So let's talk about another thing that we can do. Besides adding a low oscillator, I can add a high oscillator. So let me go back to a 1 oscillator bass. Right? Let's bring it down an octave. Make it a little funky, put some resonance. Right? Time it to the track. Right? I'm going to make it thump. I'm going to add that little sine wave down there on oscillator 3. Feel that? But now I want it to cut, but I don't want it to be brighter. So I'm going to bring a harmonic in. The first oscillator and the third oscillator are on 32-foot stops. So they're an octave low. The second oscillator is going to be an octave up, and I'll start adding it. Feel that? It's giving it some middle without it. With it. And the more you brighten the filter, the more you're going to bring that tone out. So a little less. Here's none. Doesn't take much. I'm like halfway up. None again.
All right, I have a good idea. I need to take a break from streaming for a minute, but I'm gonna be back on in a little while. I do have a good idea for something to make though. I will be back. If you're interested in sitting down with me in like 30 minutes to build some, please stick around. Otherwise, have a nice rest of your day. I will be back streaming very shortly. Bye.